It is live. And if you're watching this as a rerun, you can skip ahead 14 minutes. So there you go. What is going on in today's Saturday world, my friends and neighbors? It is a beautiful day here at the ranch. Not much wind. Second week of deer season here, the opening of West River, South Dakota. Mr. Bulgy, good morning. Waylon, good morning. Let's see here. Dave, good morning. What else is going on here? There is not much for deer out here at the ranch this year. Brian Warner, didn't you win something? I thought you won something last Saturday, didn't you, Brian? I thought I saw you go get something. I'm not sure at all. I can't remember. There's the Orange Army walking up to the Federal. The Supreme 2223. Okay. I thought you won something. Cool. I spent a lot of money and I didn't get nothing. Not even a bag of chips or nothing. That's okay. Well, yeah, what else is going on here? Bull sale season has started up already. A lot of, let's see here. Yeah. Mama Joe won the Springfield 3040 Craig. Good. Nice. Jesse won the 75-inch TV by playing rock, paper, scissors or something like that, right? Something along those lines. I still got dust coming out of my lungs from that. Cool. There. He says a little morning sit before basketball and a big old pile of corn in front of a hay bale. Is that so you don't lose your arrow when it goes through? Gets stuck in the hay bale right behind you. That's a good idea, actually. There you go. Evener odds. There you go. Where are you going to put that TV? Finally update that tiny one you have in the massage chair room or what? Morning Magic Mike Wagner. Didn't you say something? I thought, Mike, you said something about 30-some years doing sports or something like that on, is that 710? The dust was crazy. Didn't realize until I opened the box on the Henry. Yeah. Yeah, I think everybody's guns are pretty dirty. Oh, I got to look up here tonight. I'm at the Cowboy Hall of Fame night at the races. Oops. The thing is, I have no idea when it even starts. I haven't seen a flyer for it. Nobody's told me. Details, night at the races, hosted by District 3-4. Well, that's me. Saturday, November 15th, Medora Community Center. Social at 5, dinner 6, races 7. Okay. All right. I got to be there by 5 then. Fair enough. Master John, good morning. 15 years overall, 15 years as executive sports producer. Okay, I thought it was 30 for some reason. Yeah. It's not night at the races. I call it the wrong thing. Races in the Badlands. Sorry. Limited tickets. Get yours today. Jesse, we went to Baker Furniture yesterday, and the Velociraptor was there. She recognized right away. Where, Wayno? Wayne, are you ready to do next week with me? Tell me about your reservation hunting skills. Yeah. Went shopping for a different acupuncture chair. Got a really nice one, too. Okay. All right. Thanks, Wayne. You going to be in Medora tonight for the races in the Badlands? I asked Cody, I said, we got a time coming in here. I asked Cody a week ago if I'm supposed to do anything or get a room or anything, and she got in touch with me last night. So I'm at a loss here. Station's 8 o'clock Central on Mark. 6 minutes to showtime. Forgot about that. Okay. Yeah. Let's bring on the Brecker. I'm still coughing dirt. Well, what the hell? There you go. Oh, I better get this set up. I'm behind. You live?
Yep. Yeah, my phone never rang. It just popped up as a missed call. We're here now, brother.
All right.
How's it going?
Dandy.
Good. I was just freaking coughing and gagging my guts out here. I don't know what the hell is going on.
Yeah. You should have been at the Fallon County Wild Game Feed last weekend.
Yeah, I saw a bunch of people I knew wanted a bunch of shit there.
A lot of dirt and dust in the room. It's in the indoor arena, and she gets dirty.
That night, I was just getting done. I was gutting out a muley I got with my crossbow, so that one I sent you.
Crossbow, you cheater.
Yep. I'll definitely take it if I do that every year and cheat with one. That was great.
There's a fun little story for you. Maybe I should save it for the radio. I think it would be okay. Yeah, I'm going to save it. Some pheasant hunters from Fargo got their butts chewed out by my neighbor. Now I'll tell you.
That's good. I was like that.
Yeah, I'll let you. We'll start the show with things not to do in Western Dakota territory, because we have a lot of places to hide the bodies.
This is true, especially at your place. I don't know anybody with pigs, but that works getting rid of evidence too.
Does it?
I'm told. Yeah, I mean, whatever's on Deadwood, that show.
Oh.
Whenever they kill somebody, then they take them to woo. This Chinese guy in Deadwood had pigs, and they'd eat them up, eat the evidence.
Yeah. I made a big mistake last time I was at Mr. Woo's in Deadwood.
There's actually a place there called that?
Yeah. Yeah, there's a little gambling casino hall. Tiny little thing,
Okay.
little bar. Anyway, I mean, it's tiny. Anyway, I always if I throw $20 in a slot machine or whatever, I quit for the night, right? But
Yep.
I always play maximum bid. And I went to Mr. Woo's and I sat there and I was like, I'm bored waiting for Dixie to get out of the bathroom. So I threw $20 in and I only played $1 at a time instead of 5. And I hit.
Oh shit.
And if I would have played the max bet, I would have won like $6,000. Instead, I won like 60 or something like that. Yeah. Just stupid.
I've done it. I've done the same shit. I have done the same shit, Scott.
KOLY, good morning.
Fucking cats outside my door meowing here. Do not, cat.
Waylon says, good morning, and I miss you and love you, JD.
Yeah, I miss you too, buddy. Love might be a strong word, but I love you as a brother.
Stuff.
There we go. I'm going to share this right now on Facebook here. We're live right now with Scotty Bachmeyer.
60 seconds, the Showtime station. 60 seconds.
God dang, I can't get my throat cleared out this morning.
Well, I'll turn you down. You got 50 seconds, okay? You go do you. Let's see. Stations. Let's see. 35 seconds to Showtime. 35 seconds. On mark. Going quiet till then. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Saturday edition of Dakota Prairie Outdoors. 20 years strong, working on 30 as we keep on pedaling along here on a beautiful Saturday morning in the Dakota Territory. Sun rising here, and it is looking like a beauty of a day. Opening deer season, West Rivers, South Dakota. And good luck to you folks out there. Orin's probably, you guys probably got deer down already here. They've gotten a little bit ahead of start. Jamie Brecht is my guest here from Guns in the 701 and 701 Nation. Morning, Jamie.
Morning, Scott. How you doing?
I'm doing good. The South Dakota deer season open, West River, South Dakota. Next week, I believe, is the East River side. And I got messages already this morning, Snapchats from my South Dakota listeners already out. They said, not going to miss your show, buddy. We're out hunting. So it's going to be a beautiful morning for it. Looks like a good day.
Yeah, I'd love to be at the farm this morning. I'm not. We'll be there later. I filled my archery tag. My dad got himself a nice one. He's had cancer, knocked down the tumors. He got out of the hospital. They found his leg pain, and a day later, the guy's out dropping a big mule deer. So, and my buddy John hasn't mailed a buck tag yet, so we're going to go out and hopefully get that done this evening or this afternoon and tomorrow.
Well, I'm going to show the folks on YouTube here and your archery deer.
Yeah, go for it.
That one right
you
there.
Show my uncle's too. My uncle got a dandy too there with his rifle open.
Yeah, I'm going to show that one too here. That's you. I don't want that picture. Let's see. I think this is your dad here on that one. So
big tall one.
Yeah.
That's yep.
Golly.
6'5" Creedmoor, baby.
Yeah, that's awesome. I got
uncle actually.
Got a listener here driving through Presho, South Dakota, listening here. Good morning, Trent Lewis. He's in the Dakota Territory here. Good to have you listening there, buddy. It's been a long time. So before we get going, races in the Badlands tonight in Medora, North Dakota, hosted by the North Dakota Cowboy Hall of Fame. I'll be your MC and auctioneer for the evening. Starts tonight, 5:00, dinner at 6. The races, you can start betting at 7 p.m. at the Medora Community Center. This evening, please join me if you're available. So And had a lot of folks on the radio listening last Saturday. I had folks from Bismarck that came down to the Wild Game feed. They heard it on the radio and drove all the way to Baker. And they came up and introduced themselves, and I appreciate that. So, yeah, all kinds of good stuff. Oh, that must have been your uncle's deer?
Yeah, it was my uncle's deer.
Oh.
I just sent you a picture of my dad.
There's your dad's one. Okay. So there it is. If you're on the YouTube channel, you can see it right there. All right. I have a story for you, Mr. Brecht. My neighbor chewed out some pheasant hunters, and I'm going to see if you was he in the right or in the wrong? 5 or 6 guys. Okay, so remember old farmsteads? They always had trees on the northwest side, on the north and the west side of the right.
Yeah, they do.
And he moved in. He stays up here. He's got 2 blades. This is his. We'll call it his summer home. It's where he runs all of his yearlings. And that's that farmstead or ranch or whatever you want to call it. It's right there against the trees. Okay, like right there. And they were hunting, and he was like, "What's going on out here?" And they were literally 20 yards from his front steps, shooting, going after pheasant. And he says,
"No way,
you can't be here." He says that you can't because isn't it the 440 rule, right? You got to be 440 yards away. From any homestead, farmstead, or whatever, especially if somebody's living there. But what's even worse is they had one vehicle parked behind the house that he couldn't see, and the other one was parked in the shed on the end of the tree rows. And they thought they were in the right on this.
And, oh my God!
Yeah, and they said, "Well, we have written permission to be here." He's like, "You can't legally be right next to the house and shooting pheasant." And they got a little bit upset about it. They thought they were still in the right on that whole thing. So,
no, not at all. I don't believe it. And then parking in the shed. You gotta have some stones or a lack of brains to do that, one or both, right?
I mean, it's things like that they got upset about this, and it'd be like, well, what if this was your place and you were living here, and you had 6 or 7 people that you didn't know come out and start walking through your yard and parking in a shed, right? And
I'd blow my top, really.
Yeah. I think he was a lot nicer about it, but still the 440 rule. I'm not sure in the South Dakota side if they have that rule or not, but and I think North Dakota was trying to extend it to 880, wasn't it? At one time, I think they got that turned down, but I think it's still 440. You cannot hunt within 440 yards of any homestead. So remember that.
I'm good with 440.
Yeah, that's just common courtesy, is what I say, right?
Right. Right.
All right. So back into the deer season. No, it's West River, South Dakota's opener here. You got your archery tag field. I'm still working on mine. It is a little bit light on the old deer in this country right now. And I mean, you can find some does. There's some really tiny spike bucks here and there, but really for mature deer, it's still a little bit light in this area. And my rifle tag is a gratis tag, so I can only go on that one little chunk of land. So that's kind of limits you a little bit too.
Yeah, that's a bad thing about a gratis. We get it every year, but yeah, like you said, if you don't have a whole lot of property, you're limited. And I was surprised because there was a couple. The mule deer I got was mature. I never saw that one before, and I do see a couple mature bucks out there, but there is a lot. I think Jesse, when you guys came on with me that night, Jesse said that there in that area up there, Mercer County, there was a lot of younger, middle-aged muley bucks, which is true. I think we might get a decent mature one here yet. That one my dad shot too. Never saw that one before. My uncles definitely saw that deer before. And there's some that are hanging around there. The deer population, Scott's pretty good, I think. Honestly, probably the highest amount of does I've ever seen on our property. And my buddy says the same thing. And my dad called me yesterday and we were talking about it. He kind of agrees. Not necessarily bucks, but does, which if we have even a normal winter, it's going to be crazy. I don't know what it's like in Riley's place. They're about 10 miles north of us. But I know for a fact, my dad was driving around and he did see my cousin's place. He owns land by Riley. He said there was a decent one up there too.
There's different pockets. EHD hit some places like in the Hettinger area. The Montana side got hit with EHD in certain areas that just decimated a lot of deer. And you're sitting there talking about really, really good numbers of deer in your area. So It's amazing how it changes just from one township to the next.
And the EHD, man, we do have some whitetails back, which is awesome. I love it. It's usually about 6 does around, and there's a nice buck, and none of us have a whitetail tag, so I'm hoping he makes it through, Scott, and takes care of those does. Our neighbor's wife, archery herself, a nice whitetail buck there right before gun season opened, which is nice. So I hope them whitetails can stick around. The EHD doesn't come back for many years or ever again. I mean, it's going to have some point, but it's nice seeing the whitetails around again.
It is, yeah. I saw 2 whitetails for the first time down on the river. I was down checking on some fence and getting some fence across the neighbors here fixed up. Finally started seeing some whitetails again. They were both does, so I don't know how the breeding's going to go, but it's nice to see there at least something's back in the Little Missouri in this area, because that EHD a few years ago really wiped them out. But, well, Jamie, we're up against our first break, so stand by, go get yourself a cup of coffee, and we'll get going here. More on Dakota Prairie Outdoors. If you want a text message, for a lot of you guys, I'll get to your messages coming in. 701-425-6651 is my cell number, 701-425-6651. I'm live chatting on my YouTube channel, or you could call in too, 888-9-DAKOTA. That's 888-932-5682. We'll be back with more Dakota Prairie Outdoors right after these messages.
Join Piper's Auctioneers for any of our upcoming land auctions featuring nearly 20,000 acres of productive farmland, ranch land, and hunting land throughout the upper Midwest. From eastern Montana, across the Dakota Territory, and deep into Minnesota, Piper's has a property for you. With over 30 land auctions highlighted across 22 Midwest counties, America's Land Auctioneers have you covered. For full details and online bidding on dozens of land and equipment auctions throughout the region, log on to Pipers.com. Pipers, celebrating 25 years of proven results.
Agriculture is a community of hard work, passion, optimism for the future, and a commitment to the livestock and land. For over 80 years, Dakota Community Bank and Trust has been a leader in ag financing. Our local lending team knows the industry and the challenges, from droughts to winter blizzards. Stop by one of our branches today in your work boots or cowboy boots. You're always welcome.
Dakota Community Bank and Trust, that's what we do.
Equal housing lender.
Bowman Livestock Marketing, serving the tri-state area for all of your livestock marketing needs. Eastern Montana, North Dakota, and South Dakota. You can be sure of great care for your cattle and top price at sale time. Call Austin Snook at 307-290-2161. That's 307-290-2161 for more information or just to talk cattle markets. You can also find them on Facebook and go to their website, BowmanLivestockMarketing.com. There's a reason you're seeing more Red Angus cattle in the country. Great mama cows, high weaning weights, and easy keepers. With a family that bases their entire operation on faith, honesty, and trust. You can see those values in their 30-plus years in the Red Angus breed. Schriefer Red Angus, the breed that generates a positive return on investment. SchrieferRedAngus.com. Western Frontier Insurance, agents that understand you, your needs, and the community. Whether you're looking for coverage on your farm, ranch, home, or auto, you can trust that Western Frontier Insurance will find you a combination of price and coverage that works for you. No fancy jingles, no talking boxes or talking animals, just good neighbors helping to keep you covered with price in mind. Western Frontier Insurance. Offices in Hazen, Washburn, Wilton, Bowman, and Hettinger. Rockin' 7W has all the panels you need. Freestanding panels, windbreak panels, feeder panels, and the original protester panel. If you don't know what that is, it's a sort panel that makes sorting calves from a cow a breeze. You can do it in a fraction of time with just one person on foot or horseback. You can custom order sizes to fit your current operation, or you can start from scratch. Rockin' 7W also does trailer repair on any size trailers, mobile welding, and custom cattle hauling. Call Justin at Rockin' 7W at 701-206-1030. That's 701-206-1030. Rockin' 7W, the farmer and rancher's go-to guy. This portion of the program is brought to you by Freedom Repair. Whether it's your tractor, baler, your cutter, your combine, or air seeder, Freedom Repair comes to you and helps you get fixed up and back in the field. 19 plus years experience. Give Lucas Kelly a call at 701-440-1945. That's 701-440-1945. Freedom Repair, veteran owned and operated. MoPro Guide Service, the best on Lake Oahe. Brent and his staff will give you the most enjoyable fishing experience, always having the latest in electronics, gear, and the most comfortable Lund boat on the water. Fish with somebody who lives in Mobridge, South Dakota, the heart of Lake Oahe. If you need a place to stay, the Morest Motel has newly updated rooms with free internet, a family-owned and operated business. Go to OaheWalleyes.com. That's OAHE Walleyes.com for the best fishing experience Lake Oahe has to offer. There's a reason you're seeing more Red Angus cattle in the country. Great mama cows, high weaning weights, and easy keepers. With a family that bases their entire operation on faith, honesty, and trust. You can see those values in their 30-plus years in the Red Angus breed. Schriefer Red Angus, the breed that generates a positive return on investment. SchrieferRedAngus.com.
Join Piper's Auctioneers for any of our upcoming land auctions featuring nearly 20,000 acres of productive farmland, ranch land, and hunting land throughout the upper Midwest. From eastern Montana across the Dakota Territory and deep into Minnesota, Piper's has a property for you. With over 30 land auctions highlighted across 22 Midwest counties, America's Land Auctioneers have you covered. For full details and online bidding on dozens of land and equipment auctions throughout the region, log on to Pipers.com. Pipers, celebrating 25 years of proven results.
On that road. But don't you worry, one day I'll settle down. And when that time comes, I hope you're still around. I hope you're still around.
Welcome back, everybody. Music right there from Benny Paulson. Breaking 8. You can find more of that on Apple Music, any music format, really. Just type in Breaking 8 and support him. Local guy here, and always a fun time meeting up with him. Maybe he will be at Races in the Badlands tonight. Medora, North Dakota, for the North Dakota Cowboy Hall of Fame. District 3 and 4 is sponsoring Races in the Badlands. Come bet on some horses. So there we go, Jamie. You don't have to go to Kentucky. You just go to Medora.
I'd much rather go to Medora than Kentucky. I promise you that.
Well, let's get to some text messages. Are you ready for this here?
Absolutely.
Here. Text comes in, says, I bought a TC Compass in 6.5 Creed years ago for a tractor gun, which I love this, okay? Because all of us that anybody in agriculture and they hear tractor gun or pickup gun, they know exactly what we're talking about. It came with one rotary magazine, which they got sued for stealing the design. Tried for years to find more of these mags, and a company just out of Seattle started making mags for it now. So if anybody has a TC Compass 6.5 Creed and want a rotary mag, they now have them available. So that's pretty cool. Under Liberty Tree is the company that carries those. So that's pretty cool. I never seen a rotary one on that. I should look into that.
I didn't either. My buddy has in fact, the first deer rifle we got, TC Compass, like a weather shield on it. And it was a 270, and we were trying out some different ammo. It was Remington, and it actually blew, something back pressure came in, blew his magazine up. Couldn't find another magazine. I finally found someplace. I can't remember where it was, and they had like 3 left, and I told them, just buy them because they don't make those things anymore.
Yeah.
But, yeah, man, that's been a good rifle. Well, they're back in business. I think you and I talked about that a while back when I was on with you.
Yep.
They're Thompson Center's back. Good rifles, real good.
I've never shot one. I had an opportunity to buy a couple, but I never have. But they might have to look into it. I'm trying to find a new setup. I want to get the new Pulsar thermal, and I want to set up a good night vision, and I want to put it on a different format rifle, and I just don't know what I want to put it on yet. So I'm trying to figure that out. Another text comes in from our South Dakota listeners. Thank you, guys. In South Dakota, it's a 330-yard safety zone that you got to stay away for pheasant, that is, unless you have permission to go right up to the yard. I still say that. It's just, if somebody's living there, it's just common courtesy to stay away a little bit. And,
yeah,
you know,
like if it's our farmyard, I'm cool with it. But we don't even hunt around my dad's place anymore. My grandma was alive either. We quit hunting around her place. I don't know. It's just, yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah. Trent Luce is still on the road. He says, quit rubbing in the races in the Badlands. I want to turn northwest now. As you should. Come on up, spend some time. I'm sure Steve and Deb would be more than happy to see you walk in. Just surprise everybody at like 7:05 when the races start. The big wig there. Dead Wolf Resistance, Breaking 8. Hope I heard that right. I'll look it up. Yep, Breaking 8. Benny Paulson and his crew up there. And I still have one of his CDs, one of his first ones that he came out with, Breaking 80 or so. If you're looking for anything, it kind of looks like that is his design. So,
Yeah.
so there you
Well,
go. All right.
He played. He played for Governor's Ball there.
Yep.
Clay and I were at. So
Absolutely.
great artist. Plays some great music.
He's talented, isn't he? He's a very
Yeah.
talented dude. All right. My new setup going into daytime coyote hunting. You were there when I bought this rifle at an auction in Bismarck that I was actually
Wolf auction. Yeah.
So it is a 6.5 Creed carbon fiber from head to toe on this. So it's a nice light rifle, which is going to be different for me. And I bought the newest Burris 6 scope, and I'm just going to switch the can off my other one and put on. So I'm going to be going from a rifle that I'm used for many, many, many years. Very great, accurate, long-range rifle, but it has an 1.25 inch bull barrel on it, full 26 inches, plus another can on the end of that. This gun weighs about 26 pounds when you're hiking around. And
I'll vouch for the weight.
Yeah, it's a heavy rifle. There's no doubt. I don't mind carrying it around, but I'm getting to the point like, well, maybe I could cover more ground faster if I had a lighter rifle. So I'm going to be putting this one together. I have all the tools to do it, except I'm trying to find a good tripod or bipod, I should say. And around my area, nobody carries Harris bipods. Is there something? I don't like Champions. Is there something better than the Harris bipods that a guy could put on? What do you say?
I'll tell you what, they make, Magpul makes them now, Scott. I do like those. They're a little lighter than the Harris. Pretty much all polymer. So I have one. I like it. I would say maybe not quite as stable as a Harris. And I mean, I'm picking hairs on that.
Yeah.
And I know Warren actually has a new one coming out too, kind of a lightweight one that looks pretty good. I think it's called a Vapor. And that one's pretty light too, and around $100 for that too. You can check that out. But yeah, I can definitely tell you, I have, and my friend has the Magpul one, and it works great.
The Magpul style, okay. I'll look into that because I like very quick. What I like about the Harris is you can flip them out, extend them really quick, and you can adjust it if you have time. If you're on a side heel, one can be shorter than I like that, right? And I can
Magpul's the same.
I can lay prone. For the height that I have, I can flip them down on the shortest one. I can lay prone and it's perfect. I can extend them all the way and sit on my butt, and it's still great shooting comfortability that way. So that's what I'm looking for. And so Clay, he loves his Versapod system, but sure they even make them anymore. Yeah, that's true. I don't know about that either. But yeah, if you have any suggestions for me, text or message them to me some way or another on what are the best bipods to put on for very quick. I want to extend them fast, get down on the ground, whether it's prone or sitting or whatever it may be, even sitting on top of a log or in some trees, whatever it may be. But I need it quick and fast. The one thing about the Harrises I don't like, Jamie, is if you're sitting out and doing coyote sets and you're out there for about 10, 15 minutes, the Harrises will freeze up. If you get some snow in them, and you'll
really okay.
They will freeze up to the point where you can't either pull them out or put them back in, and that all you have to do is just keep your hand on it for a little bit, and it'll melt that snow out of there. But they will freeze up on me once in a while. That's the only bad part about those I don't like. But if you have some that are polymer, well, I don't know if those will freeze or not.
Yeah, I was just wondering the same thing. Yeah, the Harris, man. I mean, it's hard to beat that for the price. I know there's other ones out there, like my neighbor guy's a heavy coyote man. And a younger guy, and he's got like some fiber wrap thing, but I'm sure it was like a $400 bipod, which I would not do that. Maybe if I was into coyote hunting like that, but it's nice. So I'll say that it barely weighs anything. It's pretty stable.
So the question there, good, you just brought something up here. Price. What determines your value on good equipment or not good equipment? Where's that value at? Like for bipods, for me, that's something that I use on that. That's going to be used coyote hunting all winter long and well into the calving season. So I wouldn't mind spending if they're really good, $400. I'd be like, yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, and like I said, I know another guy who has one too, and they have no problems with them as far as durability. I could tell you this: every Harris I've ever had, Scott, and I've owned a lot of them for many years. I think I still got the first one I've had. You know, the material that sits against your gun stock on the floor in there never wears out. And then you can buy like the Champion ones or the other cheaper. Not I own Champion stuff, but these bipods, I'm gonna tell you about. I tell people don't buy those because that little pad on there comes off of every single one of them I've ever seen.
Okay.
And I mean, so durability for me for sure is what I look for. I mean, you know, when you're buying the cheapest stuff, you're not going to get durability almost. Sometimes you find a rare bird that is, but most of the time, I mean, I just tell everybody right away, just spend $120 now what Harrison's cost. It used to be $100 and get that.
I agree. I pay up if you want the good stuff, right? I mean, that's how it is sometimes. And not always, there's definitely not always, but, in scopes anymore, definitely. I mean, what that BSA scope I have on one of my 17 HMRs, I might as well just throw it off and use open sights. It never holds. I mean, a 17 HMR shouldn't, make the crosshairs move, but it does.
Right, a rimfire for sure shouldn't. Yeah. That's trash there.
Yeah,
I agree.
But that's all I had the money at the time when I got that rifle. That's all I could afford for that scope. So, that's how it is right now. I have a scope that anybody want it, you can have it for free. Not working so well. Well, Jamie, we're up against our half-hour break. Stay with me here. We'll come up next in the second half. Open lines. What's grinding your gears in the hunting world? We'll talk about that plus more from your text message and everything. We'll be back right after these messages.
Join Piper's Auctioneers for any of our upcoming land auctions featuring nearly 20,000 acres of productive farmland, ranch land, and hunting land throughout the upper Midwest. From eastern Montana across the Dakota Territory and deep into Minnesota, Piper's has a property for you. With over 30 land auctions highlighted across 22 Midwest counties, America's Land Auctioneers have you covered. For full details and online bidding on dozens of land and equipment auctions throughout the region, log on to Pipers.com. Pipers, celebrating 25 years of proven results.
Agriculture is a community of hard work, passion, optimism for the future, and a commitment to the livestock and land. For over 80 years, Dakota Community Bank and Trust has been a leader in ag financing. Our local lending team knows the industry and the challenges, from droughts to winter blizzards. Stop by one of our branches today in your work boots or cowboy boots. You're always welcome.
Dakota Community Bank and Trust, that's what we do.
Equal housing lender.
Bowman Livestock Marketing, serving the tri-state area for all of your livestock marketing needs. Eastern Montana, North Dakota, and South Dakota. You can be sure of great care for your cattle and top price at sale time. Call Austin Snook at 307-290-2161. That's 307-290-2161 for more information or just to talk cattle markets. You can also find them on Facebook and go to their website, BowmanLivestockMarketing.com. There's a reason you're seeing more Red Angus cattle in the country. Great mama cows, high weaning weights, and easy keepers. With a family that bases their entire operation on faith, honesty, and trust. You can see those values in their 30-plus years in the Red Angus breed. Schriefer Red Angus, the breed that generates a positive return on investment. SchrieferRedAngus.com. Western Frontier Insurance. Agents that understand you, your needs, and the community. Whether you're looking for coverage on your farm, ranch, home, or auto, you can trust that Western Frontier Insurance will find you a combination of price and coverage that works for you. No fancy jingles, no talking boxes or talking animals. Just good neighbors helping to keep you covered with price in mind. Western Frontier Insurance. Offices in Hazen, Washburn, Wilton, Bowman, and Hettinger. Rockin' 7W has all the panels you need. Freestanding panels, windbreak panels, feeder panels, and the original protester panel. If you don't know what that is, it's a sort panel that makes sorting calves from a cow a breeze. You can do it in a fraction of time with just one person on foot or horseback. You can custom order sizes to fit your current operation, or you can start from scratch. Rockin' 7W also does trailer repair on any size trailers, mobile welding, and custom cattle hauling. Call Justin at Rockin' 7W at 701-206-1030. That's 701-206-1030. Rockin' 7W, the farmer and rancher's go-to guy. This portion of the program is brought to you by Freedom Repair. Whether it's your tractor, baler, your cutter, your combine, or air seeder, Freedom Repair comes to you and helps you get fixed up and back in the field. 19 plus years experience. Give Lucas Kelly a call at 701-440-1945. That's 701-440-1945. Freedom Repair, veteran owned and operated. MoPro Guide Service, the best on Lake Oahe. Brent and his staff will give you the most enjoyable fishing experience, always having the latest in electronics, gear, and the most comfortable Lund boat on the water. Fish with somebody who lives in Mobridge, South Dakota, the heart of Lake Oahe. If you need a place to stay, the Morest Motel has newly updated rooms with free internet, a family-owned and operated business. Go to OaheWalleyes.com. That's OAHE Walleyes.com for the best fishing experience Lake Oahe has to offer. There's a reason you're seeing more Red Angus cattle in the country. Great mama cows, high weaning weights, and easy keepers. With a family that bases their entire operation on faith, honesty, and trust. You can see those values in their 30-plus years in the Red Angus breed. Schriefer Red Angus, the breed that generates a positive return on investment. SchrieferRedAngus.com.
Join Piper's Auctioneers for any of our upcoming land auctions featuring nearly 20,000 acres of productive farmland, ranch land, and hunting land throughout the upper Midwest. From eastern Montana across the Dakota Territory and deep into Minnesota, Piper's has a property for you. With over 30 land auctions highlighted across 22 Midwest counties, America's Land Auctioneers have you covered. For full details and online bidding on dozens of land and equipment auctions throughout the region, log on to Pipers.com. Pipers, celebrating 25 years of proven results.
On that road, but don't you worry, one day I'll settle down. And when that time comes, I hope you're still around.
Welcome back, everybody. Dakota Prairie Outdoors on a beautiful Saturday morning in the Dakota Territory. I love it. Races into Badlands tonight at Medora Community Center, courtesy of the Cowboy Hall of Fame, and it's hosted by District 3 and 4 trustees. Please come on up here. It starts at 5 o'clock with a social. Dinner at 6 o'clock, races at 7. Tickets are limited, so please contact the Cowboy Hall of Fame, and they'll take care of you. All right, Jamie Brecht is my guest here. We're having a good time. We got some text messages coming in and all kinds of good stuff. And I said, tell me what really grinds your gears sometimes, right? Mine is people hunting right next to somebody as my neighbor's place, right? Brian says having to answer white or Caucasian and also having to check non-Hispanic on my 4473. That really grinds his gears. So
I'm 100% on board with that. It bugs the heck out of me.
So I haven't filled one of those out for a little while. And have they made any changes? I know there was one there's a question if you use medical marijuana and then they just canceled you. Is that still on there?
Yeah, that's still there. Still there.
Dead Wolf Resistance says we're still combining corn and soybeans out here in the Strasburg area. Hunters need to get off of the roads and the field approaches. They are all private driveways and need to be treated as such. And I could not agree with you more. Especially when you see somebody out there combining, they're using the approaches. Yeah.
And hey, I like it that they're combining. That gets the deer out of there and the pheasants coming back down to our. But there's a lot of pheasants around too. I love to see that. So, I agree.
And he follows that up. He says, they just need to park out of the way. He says, that's all I'm asking for. And the same thing, Friday is Thursday. Thursday was my Thursday or Friday. I can't remember. My days running together. Anyway, it was my last day of going out and helping the community neighbors that helped me. And we got the last ultrasounding done that I know that's on my calendar anyway. And I agree. I have no problem with them hunting and pulling over on the roads. But sometimes when they're pulled off right in the road, in the middle of the road, it's a little bit hard to get your stock trailer around them sometimes when you're going 40 miles an hour.
Yeah, they just use common sense. I know some people don't have much, but try and use it. Got a text here, Scott, buddy of mine. He's listening to us on his way out to fill his bow tag.
Awesome.
Veteran there, put foot to rear end for America. Appreciate you listening, Pat.
Does he have anything to say? He's just going out filling a bow tag?
Nope.
Okay.
Just going out filling his bow tag, enjoying listening to the show.
All right. Well, appreciate you and thank you for serving. That's we observed veterans. I call it Veterans Week, not just Veterans Day. This entire week here. So hats off to all you folks that served and continuing to serve. And I got to meet a World War II vet. And that's pretty impressive to still see. There's not many of those guys left anymore, Jamie.
No, that unfortunately they're dying off every day, and like you say, there's very few of them left.
Yeah.
Man, if they got a story for you, sit down and listen, because if it wasn't for them guys, Scott, we wouldn't be where we are. That's for sure. Most of the world would be a lot different.
When I was working at one of the radio stations, I did an interview. I had to work over the Independence Day holiday, and I said, you know what? If I'm going to be working over that, let's have a little specialty, right? And one of my buddies I grew up with down in Raleigh area, his dad was in Vietnam. And we had probably and those guys are hard to open up once in a while. They don't really like talking about that. And I asked him if he'd come on the radio and do it. And we spent 2 hours. And it was the most incredible 2-hour radio show that I ever was a part of, was talking about what he was doing in Vietnam. And it got pretty graphic. You know, I let it get as graphic as they would like to share. And, you know, he said it's really hard because a lot of the Vietnam vets don't like sharing any of these stories. And after about 35 minutes, Jamie, the phone line started to ring and other Vietnam vets were sharing their stories. And it was awesome. It was just incredible to hear that. So you're right. If somebody has gone and served, even to my buddy Lucas up in Dickinson, he's a ex-Marine. He was has a Purple Heart, and all the stories he's got to talk about just being in Afghanistan. And it's incredible
crazy stories.
Yeah. So sit down, let them talk a few stories, and share a little bit of bourbon with them. And so there you go. Brian says, my dad does Quilt of Valor presentations, and everybody should attend one of them at some point. Some of the stories are amazing. I agree. We had a couple of Quilt of Valors that were given out down in this area, and it was pretty incredible too. So, all right. Thanks to the veterans. Thanks for bringing that up, Jamie. Appreciate it.
You
Thanks
bet.
for listening out on the open prairie. My archery takes still have to fill mine as well. And like I said, that's the only tag I can actually go. So just so people understand, you know, they're like, oh, you always get a gratis tag. You know, you're guaranteed to get a deer. Not necessarily, because I have to stick with my little chunk of ground over here. I can't hunt state. I can't hunt federal. I can't hunt any of that stuff with a gratis tag. So there you go. It's kind of limits you until other people, like I just seen this morning, the pumpkin brigade here walking north into some federal out of the yard here. And I'm hoping that they push them over to my little paradise of chunk of land. That's what I'm hoping here, so
Orange Army, do your job, man.
Chase them. I remember growing up, I think you and I were discussing this too, you know, the hunting tactics have changed. I mean, we used to go out with 4 or 5 people walking the draw, 2 people sitting point at the end of it. And you just don't see that anymore, do you? I mean, there's maybe pheasant hunters, but not deer hunting like that anymore.
No. I was a guy, the younger, I was usually one of the younger ones in our group, so I was a guy right down the middle going through there, so I didn't really get too many shots. A lot of times I just carry a shotgun in there and hunt pheasants and that, because I knew I wasn't going to get a deer. But the tactics change, and just like bow hunting, you know, I got a whitetail out of a blind. The first one I ever got years ago, it was 2011, I do believe, and then I don't remember when I did a spot and stock on a muley, and then the last one, my dad just bought a blind there, and we put it on a big stand between alfalfa fields and a ravine, and man, the mule deer came in there like mad, and big one. He come in just like a whitetail, Scott. He snuck around the back of us, and he was about, my buddy Trav George was sitting in the blind with me, and he was about 30 yards out, and boy, I got him a little high and a little back, but it did clip his lungs, got him right in that artery under the back, same place I got my other mule deer in my spot and stock. He made it about 80 yards and tipped over, and man, he was spraying the life juice out pretty hard. But yeah, I will say this about bow hunting, Scott. The 3 that I've got with bow, and I've had to do a couple finishing shots on deer with rifle over the years, but my bow kills, not one time. They died within, you know, nothing went farther than 80 yards probably.
Is that right?
Yeah, and then like I said before, I know, but the thrill of the kill with the bow is just, it's right up there with a rifle to me too. I did have to offhand them. I didn't have a stand in the, you're in your hunting blind. That was easy. Yeah, it gets pretty intense, man. And I did have to offhand them. So and there was a lot of deer around too. You know, somebody asked me if we could have got it with a vertical bow. Yeah, you could have. I mean, you had to be really quiet, because the muleys, when they're that close to you, they're just like a whitetail. everything you move or you breathe, you think they look up at you, right?
Yeah.
You know, you archery hunted. But yeah, it was fun, man. I got a great mule deer buck that way. Super happy with it. My buddy's doing the Euro on it, so it was awesome, man.
Yeah, I had one archery, and it wasn't. I took a bad shot. It was my own fault, and I know it was going to be a lethal, but I knew it was going to take a while too. And that one I had to walk a long ways. That one I had to carry out. It took me 3 hours to pack him out, and I had to do it by myself. I didn't have any help around, but man, oh man, it was fun though. It was fun trailing him. But I like the spot and stock. You know, Jesse and I, we put up a few blinds here and there, and I have some areas that are perfect for tree stands. I got tree stands in a lot of this area. You look into trees, you'll find a stand somewhere. The issue is I just don't have the patience to sit and wait. Yeah, I just don't have that patience.
I don't have the patience to do what you got to do. Once I spot and stock that one, I don't think I want to do that again, because to me that takes more patience, because you got to move a little bit and stop, and you got to sit and wait. And you know, I get too anxious. Like, I want to get up there, get in position, get my shot. But yeah, that's one of the reasons I'm not really a big bow hunter, Scott. I think it takes too much patience to be a bow hunter, so I don't.
Yeah.
And I don't like sitting in a stand and being quiet. Well, you got deer hunting shacks. Yeah, but I can sit in there and talk and glass, you know. And when you're bow hunting in the stand, you don't talk. You got to sit there and be quiet for 3 hours. It's hard for a loudmouth like me to be quiet for 3 hours.
Especially when you don't have cell phone service and you can't be on your social media updating everybody, right? Yeah.
There is not cell service in the bow blind we had that I got the muley, and there's no cell service in there.
Call that first world problems, right? First world problems. I don't have cell service when I'm hunting. I enjoy the spot and stock. I had this talk. Somebody asked me what makes a person, what I would do to practice spot and stalking a deer. And I told them, spot and stalk a coyote. I said, get out and practice on coyotes, because if you can get up on a predator and get close enough to have a 100-yard shot, which I feel is a really close shot, I think you could do a deer pretty easily, because them coyotes are shifty, man. So, and it's easier too.
I did do a spot and stalk on a coyote I mean, sort of. You be the judge of it. I saw him in the middle of big alfalfa field of my dad's. So I drove out kind of on the ditch there on my mule, and I was going to get on him. Well, she, I guess, didn't even pay attention. And then it took off towards my buddy John. And then I thought he was done, and I drove back around, and then I saw it didn't pop out. So I walked out into the field, low spot, popped up over the ridge about chest high, and that coyote was coming right towards me. I didn't even have time to range it. I just dropped my range-finding binos, held up, popped him, got him right in the heart. I mean, granted, there's some luck, but yeah, I did hit where I was aiming. It was pretty awesome. I don't know if that's a spot and stock to you on a coyote, but because it was coming to me, it must have heard my mule and was getting a little curious what the noise was that shut off. Yeah, but it was that thing. It was at that point the coyote knew it bleeped up, you know. So.
Well, we're getting some message here.
Then,
good. Yeah. I'm sorry, I just cut you off. I'm sorry about that.
No, I seen you got there, Josh. He got his he's got his deer right now dragging it out. Right?
He says, late to the party, dragging my deer out. Dead Wolf Resistance. He said, do your next live stream from the bow stand. And Josh says, 6'5" Creed destroyed the heart at 220 yards.
Awesome.
All these haters. I was the first one with a Creed that, I guess admitted it, and everybody was hating on me. And now guess what? Everybody's trying to find here. So.
Not only admitted it, you told everybody how good it was, and I was definitely a skeptic. I'm a full-on believer of that. Yeah, in fact, that's what my dad got his with too. My uncle used 7mm mag, but yeah, Creedmoor.
Well,
awesome, man, I love it.
There are people sending me memes about how bad these 6.5, like
I get them, too.
Kind of like the one I made of Sidney Sweeney type thing. It's my son's rifle. What is it? My rifle 5, the deer. It's fifth deer dropped. Okay. Yeah. I like it.
Wow.
I think it's a great round, but I like using it on coyotes too. And that's what I'm thinking. Maybe I should set up a 6.5 for the night hunting, put a thermal on a 6.5 instead of I was thinking like a 22 250 or somewhere in there, but I don't know. I'm thinking.
I mean, if you're gonna get like a rifle for deer hunting,
not deer,
coyote
hunting.
hunting, and yeah, I mean, you got like an all-around deer with affordable ammunition that's accurate and doesn't recoil. I mean, honestly, you can kill deer out to 500 with, if not farther, with the right bullet placement now. But yeah, I mean, you can't beat that Creed, man. I know it's a great round, man. I still love the 308 as well, but the Creedmoor just seems to me that it's more accurate.
So I
long range shooters.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
I think the longest deer that I took with that 6.5 Creed setup that I have, I believe was 710.
Yeah, that's a poke.
It is.
And but hey, were you using the Burris Eliminator then?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
On last break there, I thought of you, and I shot that coyote, and we were coming on a big ravine out our place to look at some deer. And my buddy was kind of whispering loud to me that there was a coyote, so I dropped down through the weeds, and I had to take a guess of what range he was. I was wrong. I thought it was 300, and the bullet hit right above his back where I was holding my 300-yard drop. And I thought of Scott. I was like, you know what? This is what Scott's talking about. If I'd had that Burris Eliminator right here, I could have put it right on him because there was no wind. I didn't have to worry about wind.
Yeah.
But it went right over his back, and he gave him a little haircut. But yeah, I thought of you during deer season.
So my buddy Shannon texts me. He says, "You did not." Okay, well, I can guarantee that Jamie witnessed me taking a 510-yard shot on an antelope and drop that.
Blew the heart up. We blew the heart up. We went and got it, and man, she spun at 360, and the blood was pumping out of the heart, man.
All my really long range shots, nobody's there to witness them, of course, right? You know, like this, like my spring coyote that I took during calving season. Longest shot I ever took, my Burris would not even range it. I had to range the cut bank behind it. Is what I had to range, and then just take a poke and a hope because it was a coyote. It's like I'm not worried about if I'm really not worried if I hit a coyote in a bad spot like I do at a deer, right? I mean, I want a deer, I want a kill shot, right? Coyote, if I heard it, good. I don't know. So Brian said,
with your Creed, go ahead.
He says she probably dumped a doe at 503 yards a couple years back. So she absolutely dumped. Okay. Well, there you go.
Yeah, it's a Creedmoor. 6.5. Brian's wife shoots 6.5 Creed Ruger Gen 1, I think. They're American.
Yeah. Oh, he won a new gun last weekend down in Baker.
I saw a God's cartridge even.
Yeah.
That's a sweet rifle.
Sweet. The 223.
Got a 338 Win Mag is what I got here from Mr. Bakken. That's his favorite there.
No, that's one round I never used. I had a 338 Lapua, and I sold that for some Corel panels, and I think I got the better deal out of that.
He said for elk, that's what he likes. Because I thought he's a 308 guy for deer, but yeah, you know what? I have no use for a 338 anything, so. I'd love to shoot them. They're fun to shoot. My buddy has one with a suppressor on it, and I will say that thing, the recoil is like a kitten. It's that Savage, right? You know what I'm talking about. I think it's the same one that Clay had that we were shooting that time we were coyote hunting.
Yep.
Yeah, but he's got a can on there, and that thing's super quiet. You can shoot it without ears on and everything. It's great.
Clay just texted me and says he's killed a lot of deer with his an antelope with his Swift. So I'm guessing 220 Swift. And remember Dan Weber, he used his 338 Lapua back in the day for deer and elk. Yeah, that's because he wanted him gutted out right after he shot it. So.
That'll do it, right? What do they got? Use like a 300 grain Sierra soft point. A lot of them guys use.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I've seen one of those again, but they kind of went by the wayside. That was a big thing, and a lot of these events that I help auction and MC, a 338 Lapua was the big gun. You don't see that anymore. Yeah, you don't.
No, I agree.
Anywhere of these events anymore. Not even at auctions.
I mean, even 50 cals, really, that was got kind of big for a while. And the same guy, buddy of mine, I'm telling you about, he's got a 50. He's trying to save up and buy a can for him. I mean, I told him, just buy it and get it over with. He's like, I don't know if I can justify the price for how often I shoot it, which is true, but.
It's not about if you own a 50 cal, there's no justification of anything. You just do it. I mean, it's so brutal to shoot one of those things. It just hurts. You know, and I'm
Remember
not
you-
talking about the recoil. I'm talking about just the, you know, they have that muzzle brake on the end, and it's just brutal.
I think that the first time I shot one was we were at that NRA thing at the Ole's place.
Yep.
And we shot at that Tannerite or something with it, and he had a bunch of stuff on his pickup box, and it just completely blew everything off of there, and it was like 10 feet to the right of us.
Wayne says
It works.
Judy's a 300 Win Mag gal. She once had to finish off a big mule deer with her 243. Ever since, she said she's going back with the 300. Yeah, that's true. You know, see a lot of people that, I mean, that 300's a good round too. No doubt about that.
I mean, there's definitely something to be said for 300 Win Mag power. There's no doubt about it. 7mm mag, you know, anything like that. Yeah, you guys are talking about your Creed. This is where the power is at. They do have more power. I'm not saying the 300 Win Mag or something isn't more powerful. I'm just saying that 6.5 is a great cartridge for what it's used for, man.
Yeah. And like anything, shot placement is the key. And, you know, especially if you're going after big game animals, shot placement. Well, Jamie, I tell you what here, we'll continue on the after hours on my YouTube channel, Dakota Prairie Outdoors Radio, if you want to subscribe to that. But, you know, we're getting down to the end here. I appreciate you making a little time here on a Saturday morning for me. Thanks, my friend.
No problem, buddy. Anytime. Love coming on with you. Great conversation with you all the time, and I'll do it again. There's no doubt about it.
All right, stay with me here. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you wasted a perfectly good hour here on Dakota Prairie Outdoors, and I appreciate you doing that each and every day. Thanks to the radio stations that support me on my endeavor as well. Eat some meat, drink some milk, wear fur, wear wool, and ladies and gentlemen, support your local agriculture farmers and ranchers. They're feeding the world and feeding the animals. All right, stations, thank you. Hopefully you got me turned down. After hours, back at you here, Jamie.
Yeah, a buddy of mine I work with, Scotty Mock, he says, we're listening to you. And Scott, where does the 6.5 Creed sit on the spectrum and compare it to something for us? I'm not sure I understand that question. What do you think?
Something for us.
But Scotty's he doesn't deer hunt anymore, but man, he was a 270 man for sure. And then again, the 270 definitely got more power than the Creed does.
I like
out of the
I had a
308
270 forever, man. I used a 270 religiously for deer hunting, and the only reason I went with the 6.5 Creed is way back in the day when Ron Coburn, that owned Savage when it was good.
Mm-hmm.
He's the one who got me into that. He says, Scott, I want you to, I took him out shooting dogs that time, and they were testing 223s and 22 250s, and they brought a 338 Lapua just for fun.
Yeah.
And he said, Scott, he says, I'm going to give you the brother-in-law discount. And he opened up the magazine and he showed me this red trigger and the bull barrel, and that's what they were shooting. We're all bull barrel, inch and a quarter bull barrels. And he says, if I were you, he says, we're working on this round with Hornady specifically to run through these rifles. And if I were you, I'd get a 6.5. I'm like, okay. So I got a 6.5 Creed. And I didn't do any research. I just took it upon myself because that's what he recommended. And so I got it and I loved it from day one. And I've never had a deer go any further than probably 10 feet. I've had to help people with their elk because they just I just hate to see an animal that's not dead.
Right.
You know, and but I've helped with a lot of different things, and that Creed, from coyotes to deer to antelope, I've never had one get away or a bad shot that they didn't die somewhere somehow. So I stopped using my 270 because I just kept that with me all the time. And, you know, I actually sold my 270 to one of the neighbor's kids, and he wanted it pretty bad. So I sold it to him for what I paid for it many, many years ago. And yeah, he said the red triggers are sweet. They are beautiful rifles. They're great. I just went with that big one because that's what everybody else was shooting on the Savage team. So I thought I needed one of those. And let me tell you, they're accurate and they are steady and strong. And even if it's windy, you can take a really good steady shot, but it is a bugger to haul around on your shoulders all day long.
Well, plus you got like the old Yankee Hill, like first resonator, like 16-ounce
Yeah.
can on the end of
Oh,
that.
I got a big
sucker,
heavy
too, so
can on that. Stainless steel, baby. That's none of this titanium for these sissies. You know. Good
Yeah,
grief.
you know, stainless steel lasts longer anyways. Like everybody's ever, I want a titanium one. I'm like, wow, you're going to use it for hunting, but if you're going to put it on an AR, something you shoot a lot, I'd go with the stainless steel.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
I don't know. The weight difference to me, I'm going with the stainless steel.
Yeah.
I'm going to buy another one pretty soon here, Scott, and then it's definitely going to be a stainless.
Yeah. I don't know. I'd like to get more caliber specific, so it's a little quieter. I mean, I got a 30 cal can on. It's okay on the 6.5 and like all the way, but you go on a 22 250, it's still pretty loud, barky. It hurts my ears still a little bit, even on a 22 250. So I think if I would, I'd probably go get a more specific caliber size can, and just so the tolerance is a little bit tighter.
So how many cans do you own, Scott?
2.
All right, so I got like, honestly, off the top of my head, I can't tell you 6 of them or something.
Okay.
The absolute quietest one I have, my buddy even commented on it last weekend when I shot that coyote, and he's, it's a Silencer Coal Harvester EVO. I think Wayne Muth actually has one too. That thing on my 223, it's a 22-inch barreled Ruger Predator.
Okay.
It's almost laughable how quiet that thing is. It's like a air rifle. It's crazy how quiet that is, and that's with 55 grainers. I have that on my Creed too, and my Creed's pretty quiet, even with the cheesy can I got on there with the Rebel. But when I put that thing on there, it's unbelievable how quiet that Creed is too. I love that, and they quit making the dang thing. I don't understand why they do. We're talking about that. Unless, you know, like the work's too good, we can't have that. I don't get why silencer companies do that. You know.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to get an Omega. The next one I get that Omega, I think I'm going to get that, and that's stainless steel. My buddy has one on his AR. Even on his AR, it's nice and quiet. My other buddy has one on. I think it might be on his 270 or something, and I'm impressed with it.
Yeah.
A little heavy, right? It's just under. It's like 13 something ounces, but it is stainless, and it's like 6.5 inches long. But perfect for me. I'm cool with that.
Yeah, I'm going to stick with my 30 cans until I figure out here. I'm going to do a kind of a splurge of guns here and get down to like 2 rifles and 1 shotgun, I think is my goal next. But
I agree with you.
But they're going to be set up pretty sweet. You know,
do it all you want and I mean, I did get rid of a bunch of my Safe Queens years ago. That can I use on the 223, it is a 30 cal anyways, but like you were talking about cal, that's what kind of got me thinking about it.
Yeah, I don't know. I shot a caliber specific on one guy 6.5, and it was like substantially quieter than I ever expected it to be. So, but what did Wayne say? Yeah,
there's
that's what I
Wayne.
have.
Wayne
Check the decimal change, and without it went from 141 to 110. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Wayne shoots out on a Magnum or something. He went down and tried at the gun range, and I texted him how to go. Yeah, he said it's awesome, man.
He said that's with the 6.5.
Okay, 6. Okay, 6. Yeah, that thing with the 6.5 is unbelievable, man. That's why I said I just don't understand why they. Whatever. I guess something I don't know, but yeah, the other ones I've been around Silencer Co. are pretty quiet too. So,
you know, I have this. I don't know why, but I got this loyalty brand thing. So if I get another one, it's going to be with Corey Johnston down at Lane LLC in Rapid City because you know he started out way back when we had an NRA banquet in Deadwood, South Dakota. And he donated one there. He was a great guy, good interviewer. And from that day on, we had a friendship. And I've done my show from his shop a few times. And I'm probably going to use him instead of going online and
awesome.
Like Silencer Co. or any of those guys. But he does a nice job down that way. And he's just, I'd rather support local.
Well, Clay has one of those too, I think. And he had it up at Axel's place once we were shooting. I was pretty impressed with it. I was pretty quiet. When I go, I think the last 2 or 3 I bought through Mandan Sporting Goods, but Shields has those Silencer Co. ones down there. Those. I don't know, maybe I will look at your Blaine guy there, but I got the mounts for my other ones, and then if you want to put them on, you got to buy another mount. And them damn mounts are like $100 all the time. And I don't know. We'll see. I'm not against buying a different one because I know they work. I know, but like I said, I've been around Clay's, and that thing is pretty quiet. So.
Well, my friend, I think I'm going to jump in,
Yeah.
go do a little deer hunting here and see if there's anything on the little plots over here. And
Yep, I'm gonna do. Yes, sir. I'm gonna get a few things to do and do a little reloading. And I'm gonna load up my pickup and head up to the farm in Golden Valley and get ready for my buddy shows up. So,
all right, we'll catch you later.
you bet, Scott. Thanks for having me on again, buddy. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, see ya. Bye.
You bet.
All right, YouTubers, thank you guys for tuning in. You have yourself a good day. Enjoy the beautiful weather here. It looks like a beaut of a day.